Let me give you a scenario that I think most of us have lived through at some point in our life. A friend cancels on you last minute, a colleague misbehaves with you, a friend goes quiet for a few days without any explanation, and the mind immediately starts doing what the minds do. It starts searching for a reason. What did I do? What does this mean? What does this mean about our relationship? What does this mean about my work? Is something wrong with me? And I want to offer you something that genuinely changed the way I move through the world. And it is possible that by implementing the same strategy, you will change the way you feel about people and situations. Most important thing to remember is that most of what other people do in their life, it has nothing to do with you. The boss who was angry at you during a meeting was probably carrying that anger, that hate, before you walked into the room. The friend who stopped responding to your texts is most likely dealing with something that existed long before your conversation, your last conversation with them. So, whenever someone appears as cold, dismissive, or reactive towards you, think of it as their internal world finding its way outward, and you just happened to be standing close enough to receive it. Taking things personally is a habit, and I say this with a lot of compassion because it starts very early. It was a time when we were small, and the moods of the people around us actually did affect our safety. The habit of taking things personally is actually a nervous system that learned very early that other people's moods, their behavior, is information about your safety. And as a child, you learned that it is your responsibility to manage the emotional weather of all those who are around you. So we learn to read the room more often, to monitor other people's energy, and to ask ourselves, what did we do wrong when someone's behavior changed? So as a child, that was an intelligent response to the environment that we were. And most of us carried that same energy into our adult, and we are still doing it. It's still absorbing other people's energy, as if that will determine our worth, our value in life. And when this particular pattern starts to change, you stop analyzing situations. You stop blaming yourself. You stop feeling responsible for making sure that everyone feels okay. Your nervous system also gets to relax only when this pattern starts to change. Now, it is not about becoming cold or detached or even deciding that other people they do not matter or even tolerating their disrespect. By realizing that other people's behavior has nothing to do with you, you stop the habit of letting someone's unhealed, unprocessed, unrelated experiences become the story you tell about your own work. If you recognize this pattern in yourself where you cannot stop yourself from taking things personally, I want you to try something very small the next time it happens. The next time you notice that you are absorbing someone's negative energy or someone's mood is pulling you down, just pause for a moment and ask yourself one question. Is this about me? Because most of the time, when you ask that question, when you sit with that question, the answer is no. And that no is going to take you out of the survival self. And that is the difference between being affected by people, having empathy for them, and being defined by them.